back. There he is. Okay. Hello again, everybody. Welcome back. The audio was off a little bit. And I want to say thank you guys for coming in here, watching, sharing. Hopefully, you liked the video about Saturn and Neptune that I did in there. Hopefully, that's going to help you to understand and navigating the energies, the processes, the emotions, the psychic work that needs to be done. Uh, we're gonna have a lot of challenges today. The emotional trigger, it's gonna be creating these cardinal changes in there. Don't be too hush, don't be too rush in there. The moon is transiting through Capricorn. We have a Venus that it's in Aries, and we have Mars that is at Cancer. All this, it's going to be creating this disharmonizations energies in the emotional level within about understanding about love and money and being the warrior and the proper ways of actions. So there's going to be some these intense energies of the intuition that she's going to need to be really understanding and finding different way instead of this typical Capricorn stubbornness in there. Let me explain that a little bit, that stubbornness in there. Imagine you have a boss who is not very intellectual, and that boss telling you to do something, and that leads to a fault, and then it's your problem. Okay, so you have to be very mindful how you listen to the intuitions today. There, I know it's going to be a Monday. Be mindful about this intensity as it works, in particular in there. But at the same time, the moon has to be going on and figure things out in a total different way. And this is about this picture. If you picture it, your intuition as a feminine energies in there, she's going to be getting these fire energies from Mars, but at the same time, she's going to be looking at this very gently soft energies to Venus. But since they are in the intense energies, this can be very intensified all of a sudden into even a level of stubbornness that's going to evolve to rudeness, and this can lead to a lot of intensity, particularly within the partnerships in there. So be mindful how you take in this, because this conflict, it's coming to tell you that it's required a cardinal changes. There is something is in there, because this is a personal planets and the cardinal zodiac signs we're talking about. So as the moon is going to be opposing Mars, this is going to be this test of impatience, while the Capricorn is going to be pushing over the Cancer. It's like, come on, it can't be always weak, it can't be always emotional, it can't be this, it can't be that, and Mars is not ready. Mars is still shifting to a direct. He's right now stationary. And that's the worst thing that you're going to do today if you put so much pressure. That pressure of the moon, it's going to be pointing out towards Venus as well. Okay, Venus just got reborn, just got this new cycle in Aries. She's like this little baby in there. Can you yell in the baby by thinking that they will understand you? No, they can't. So here is that energies today that you have to go ahead and seek something else. What are you going to be seeking at? And that's what we're going to be talking about it. How you to be seeking it outside of the box, outside of those positive energies that during our negative energies, how you going to be seeing it. So here is the chart at 7 o'clock in the morning as we're talking about this energy. The moon is going to be at 17 degrees opposing 17 degrees Mars. These energies, you're going to be waking up with this. That energy is going to be triggered a lot. But at the same time, we have it at the midheaven that it's going to be squaring Mercury and Saturn. You're not going to be listening to wisdom that it's coming within this. You're not going to be listening to that energies. But the moon has to go and figure the problems in there. The moon has to go to the Mercury and Saturn and get that wisdom isn't that it's going to be developed within and giving it to Mars. So that is going to be the one of the connections in there. And as you see it right here in the morning, the moon, it's still squaring Venus. All right. Overnight, that energy can be increasing so much. So be mindful about this intensity, because it could be something when you go to sleep. Don't go to sleep with that negative energy, because that negative energy is going to be having the reflections of the day. All right. So the next hour at 8 o'clock, the midheaven is going to be walking within Capricorn. I'm sorry. It's going to be a squaring towards Chiron, Ascendant, and Venus, which is going to come out in the horizon. Now, with that energies, Venus is going to be what is my love? What's going on with my love? I'm missing the love. I don't feel this masculine energies. I don't feel these emotions. There is anything is okay, and I'm losing it. Are we losing the connection? No, it's a challenges for you for your personal energies. Stop looking at that when the things are broken up from within you, those intense energy as a collective, they are going to be coming in, something goes wrong. Venus is right now sextiling with Jupiter. That's all you need to know. You need to grow that love in doesn't matter what. Okay, that's what this is. For those who's going to be dropping out of this, for those of who cannot hold on to these intense energies, there's going to be some lessons that's going to be learned, because Venus is going back into Pisces. Okay, but right now at this moment, you got to be very mindful about this typical Capricorn pushing people. Okay, be mindful how you're going to be push people, particularly at work, particularly in this intensified moments as the way they are. We're going to be seeing that energy later on at 9 o'clock, as that energy is going to be calmed down a little bit, because of the moon is going forward. She doesn't square anymore Venus, which is, that is the good thing. In there, Venus probably will understanding her purpose is like, okay, I need to grow, I need to mature, I got it, this. But that moon doesn't stop. She's beginning to square Chiron. And here is that like, you haven't done this right, you haven't done that, and so on and so on and so on. You're going to be seeing some energies from people. Be mindful how the other people talking to you. Don't take anything personal. Okay? Use it, the word that we are using, it's called Q-tip, or quality tip, that is going to be given to you. It's standing for a quit, taking it personally. Okay? That is the one thing. As the moon is going to beginning to trining Uranus and trining the ascendant, the material world is going to become much better. Okay, because this is a things of you doing something into the material world. Okay, but again, be mindful that you have not healed certain things in there. Those emotions that it's from the Capricorn, that sometimes the way you talk, sometimes the way you push people, sometimes you don't feel that this maybe it's too hard. You gotta have schedule, yes. You gotta have professionalism, yes. You have to be within this and so on. But it doesn't have to be rough. And the other people, if you're a leader, you have to show them the road. And here is those emotions that when they are triggered in there, you're gonna be feeling of that intensity from within. You're basically gonna be vibrating in a very high an anxiety or energies in there. Particularly, we're talking about Mars There is it that Cancer who is like, you know what? Let me put my emotions on straight. Let me do my things right now. Let me get in this. You want me to be at 7, but I can't be at 7. I gotta go do this. I gotta go do that. I have things that I need to prepare. I need to be ready for it. And here it's the moon that it's have this impatience in there towards Mars, and it's putting backwards. Guess what's gonna happen? Particularly when a Mars is not ready, Mars can blow up. And here the problem comes in. Okay, so be mindful about that hour because this is the inner work that's gonna be together with the moon. All right, 10 o'clock, the energies is going to be shifting into Pluto. Transformations is going to be at order. Let's get the things right. But the ascendant that is right now, it's going to be with Jupiter, and that's square towards the sun. The authority is not feeling good because the sun doesn't have any other aspects. Right now, that squares with Jupiter that it's beginning. It is about like, oh, I don't want to grow in that area. Oh, I don't want to study spirituality. I don't want to look at it in my psyche. Okay, that's what this is. That's another way of this stubbornness. And it's going to be learning that this has to be a balance. And if there is no balance, what are you going to be doing? You're going cuckoo, right? Because of, no, I want it my way. No, I get it in this, and so on. You ever seen the Pisces when it gets angry? God bless your soul. You don't want to see that. Okay? Yeah. There is some few emotional, particularly when a Pisces gets emotional, you will know they get red. Really, really kind of like a reddish in there. This is like when the sharks gets angry. Okay? All right. Talking about the next hour. Midheaven, it's going to be at the Aquarius, divine energies of Mars. Thank God. You're going to be doing this like, you know what, I need to change with this. I don't want to listen to this angry intuition. There's situations is in there. It creates a lot of things inside of me. Mars is squaring Venus and the Chiron is like, you know what, this love and this unhealed wounds, I am still not putting myself into there. This is why it's so critical within those kind of like a shifts. During the shifts, don't hush and don't push and don't rush. Some of you is going to be pushed to rush. Some of you is going to be pushed to hush. And this is how shit happens. Okay? And this is why it's this day that don't make anything in there, but seeing it, that this is leading you to area of concerns and patterns of you to evolve. That's how you should look at it. Oh, okay, there is this impatience, there is this rudeness, there is this patterns. Let me see them. Maybe it's me. Maybe I don't have to be like that. How I am acting within me, that I'm a pro within relationships with others. How is that in there? So with those kind of like of energy, this is going to be this Mercury Saturn going into Mars. But this midheaven that it's going to be coming from Aquarius, it is about you to renovate yourself. That midheaven, it's going to be very good with Chiron. That energy is going to be very good with the Ascendant and Jupiter. You're basically going to mature. There's nothing wrong when you are mature. There's nothing wrong when you take the things mature way. You're going to get the job done. Capricorns. Okay? Or the people who have a moon in the Capricorns, you know what I'm talking about it. So those rudeness in there, sometimes it's screwing up your relationships. You know, this is why Capricorn have a hard time about the relationships, particularly when it's getting emotional. Pushing has to be that way. Lack of impatience. Is any of you have a Mars and a Capricorn in there? Go asking someone. You're gonna be finding that out. Okay? compared to the Mars, who is right now at Cancer, is the soft and so on. Yeah, you don't like the laziness of that Mars and Cancer. Oh, I need to put myself together. Oh, I gotta get these things, and I'm got ready, but it's a little bit early for me. Okay, I have 2 more days to get to actions. You cannot push me earlier. You cannot rush me earlier. It's not gonna happen. So that is going to be a conflict that a lot of us, we are going to be facing one way or another. All right. This is going to be 12 o'clock. The midheaven, it's with the sun. The ascendant is going to shows up. Be emotional. Be these emotions, okay? Stop being this lack of growth. Seeing that you need to open up within the emotions. You see, Pisces, it's in a way, it's a typical the same way the Virgos are. It's a introvert energies. Okay, it is a energies that it's deep from within. Your psyche and the desires that you are gonna be going on from within. It is about I'm good, I'm okay, I'm clean, I'm organized, I'm safe, I'm okay by myself. Virgos, okay. While the Pisces is about okay psychology, this stuff, my mind and so on. It's within me. Okay. While when you take in the next energies, which is this is gonna be a Libra Aries, when we shifting it in there, Aries is about this outgoing, and it's like okay, let's go, let's go. I'm gonna. It's that show off power is the same thing with the Libra. You know, they're outgoing. Let's helping. Let's make that balance. Let's make the world beautiful. Okay, that is what this is. But when how you gonna find balance within those 4 zodiac signs since the energies are there? Okay, how you gonna be? And particularly that Venus is at Aries right now. It's opposing Libra, right? So taking it with this is gonna be the learning of the patience, because patience is the key. Okay, just because something is not gonna happen the way you think it's supposed to happen, that doesn't mean that the world is gonna end. And that is one of the things that you currently have to accept into the reality. Okay? And you're going to be looking at within the spirit. We're talking about these energies with Saturn and Mercury that's going together. Now you're seeing it. Those are the angel wings. We talked about it. The intuition is going to a Saturn. It's learning. It's going into a Mars. Teaching in there, it's going with the universe and the universe shifting back to the moon. Here is your exit. Instead of you're going against Mars, you boiling at this Mars. He's already boiled. He doesn't need any more pressures in there. And or someone to tell him it's like, oh, you're too moody because you're still acting like a victim. This is kind of like you trying to. It's kind of like drilling into a crater and expecting not to have a volcano. To go and drill in a volcano in there and creating a hole. No, you will not, right? But that's what this Capricorn stubbornness is going to be. Let me drill it. Let me just. Yeah, you're going to feel these energies from people. People is going to be very intense situations. All right. It's not funny, but you're gonna see it in a funny way. Because if you don't see it in a funny way, you're gonna be taking so much straightforward, and this can really, really. All right, so take it with the humor. The humor is nothing wrong. Okay. All right. Midheaven's gonna be at the Aries, so we're talking about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That is going to help in the ascendant in there, but at the same time, it is very good with what? It's very good with Pluto about the transformations. Transformations is in order. It's coming in. You're going to be working it, but you have to work in it what? You have to work in it by yourself. Don't expecting mom, dad to comes in and change your diaper areas. Like somebody has to comes in and do it for you. Okay? Or a typical, boss and Capricorn's energies is like, okay, I can tell the orders and I can sit down there and I can be at this energy of in there, and I'm just gonna be okay. You also have to work, dear Capricorn. Okay, you also have to work. That is your thing. All right, unhealed wounds. It's gonna be some triggers. Look at it, the intuition. Why is it pointing out this? Looking at that Mars, what is that coming into it? It's gonna be a T-squares with Chiron. And during the heavy emotional times in there, you can expressing things deeply. This can happen two ways. Okay, Mars is going to be showing up these energies of power. It's like, you know what? I'm okay. I'm great. I can go in actions, but I still have to be released. I still have to be let it go. It's a little bit too early for me. And here is the moon. It's like, no, 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 no. You're ready. No, no, no. You're ready. I'm not ready. I don't have the papers. No, you're ready. I'm telling you so. And this is what this I'm telling you so energy, it's coming from those wounds. As the intuition is going to be wounded emotionally, it's like I cannot wait anymore. You know, this typical Capricorn impatient, I cannot wait anymore. The time run out. The time never runs out. And this is one of the lessons for the Capricorns, is to learn that when a certain thing doesn't happen on time, there is something, it's called divine time. That is going to be their lesson. Okay? That is going to be their lesson, and this is going to be probably a lesson for you. All right. 4 o'clock in the afternoon, things is going to be start getting a little bit better because of the moon and Saturn and Mercury. This is going to be some divine energies towards Leo, about self, authority, developing with self, working on your inner child in there. That energy of the ascendant that it's trining with Chiron is going to be able to help in there. But if you have this push, hush, and rush, intentions, needs, and so on, and the universe says, like, when are you going to develop properly yourself, you to be the king, the queen, instead of asking for all these attentions? And that is going to come out in the surface. As a Uranus right now, it's trining the moon in there. We are going to be seeing how the universe is going to be working, and it's going to be talking to you a little bit within the voice. The question is, are you going to hear that voice, or are you going to be under those emotions? And those emotions, if you're trying to put your agenda, particularly within others, when the others is not ready for that agenda, here is one of the kakapupu things coming towards you that you actually created. And this is why right now this emotional trigger from the moon that actually is going to be point out to certain things. But if you pay attention deeply from within you, you are going to be able to catch this fine lines. You know, it's good to sign contracts. Have you read the fine prints and then you feel like you're sorry about it? And this is why you need to learn the fine energies that are going to be present. Okay? Because that also is a form of a test from the universe. Alright, talking about the universe, it's going to be in the next hour at 5 o'clock. Midheaven is going to be with Uranus. Changes is going to be in order. And they're going to be asking you to change. One way or another, those are cardinal changes is going to come in it. You need to make those cardinal changes because those intense energies, you cannot have them. You cannot pushing people when they're not ready. You cannot ask for a relationship, particularly these energies in there. When a third side can comes in, it tells you what's going on within your relationship, particularly when the relationship doesn't go very well. Right? And that's all you need. Right? And now that advice that they're giving to you is because they cannot fight it with us. They told you, don't fight it, go find somebody else. And guess what? You find somebody else and the problems come back to you, right? So right now it's you to recognize the pattern. It's like, okay, I understand that things are not good, they're not great, and so on, but I understand. I need to go learn it. I need to go win this time. I'm tired of going around the circles. Keep repeating the same patterns over and over. It doesn't matter with this. And this is going to be the wisdom that you are going to be getting it from Mercury. Okay? It's going to be a great wisdom if you're listening to this. All right. Our next hour we're having at the midheaven is going to be with Jupiter squares the Sun. This is, as I said, we're going to have some rough time with an Gemini, Pisces, and the Virgos, because those energies in Virgos that it's opposing, those energies in Pisces opposing Virgos. But with Jupiter being in Gemini, it's about the communications, how you communicate, how you talk, how you have the friendshipness in there, and so on. And right now, you're not friendshipness with an authority. You don't like the authority. Yeah. The authority doesn't like you. Okay? Now we have a Saturn and Mercury. It's opposing the energies of Virgo. And it's like, what is this organizations? What is it, this chaos? And now within all those intense energies, now it's intensified a little bit more. Go ahead, tell the Virgo that it's a super organized, that it's they're not organized. Oh, God bless your soul. God bless your soul. Okay? You don't do that. You don't point it out. And you need to point out, oh, it's the love. Okay, it's not organized, but we're going to organize it with love. And guess what? The ascendant is in divine energies with who? With Venus. Okay? But see, these fine prints, you to read it within the energies, because they're going to be present. The question is are you going to be tuning in? Oh boy, it is what it is. That's what I said. 7th p.m. the midheaven, it's still going to be a Gemini. Now, point out the divine energies towards the moon. We have a Chiron that it's in divine energies with the ascendant there. A very beautiful earth energies. Okay, if you're following the very beautiful earth energies between Uranus, the moon, and the ascendant right now, you're like, okay, they're not good, they're not great. We can put some little time, we can put some little this and that, and everything's going to be organized. Relax. The world's not going to end. But if the people doesn't relax, or if you're putting that pressures in there, particularly we're talking about Pisces, Virgo energies in there, when your psyche is not okay, when you are not okay with the issues, and you still have that lower self that it is out there and just that goes against this organizations, and then guess what? You're losing the communications. And that is going to be this Mercury opposition ascendant with the midheaven that is at Gemini. Dualities are going to be really cranking you up, okay? While you need to make a cardinal changes. Stop within the duality, find a balance. Talking about the balance, you're going in the next hour. The midheaven is going to be at Cancer. Beautiful trine with the sun, a lot of emotions. The authority is going to be seeking the divine balance, and the divine balance, it's the ascendant that liberates. It's like, what kind of balance? I mean, look at it. You're not in the straight and order within your mental level. You are not within that love that it's supposed to be. You are right here within that family patterns. You are within that unhealed wounds. And there is no balance. What is the balance? You need to change. You need to transform. And Pluto is going to become in an interventions up here. It's going to say like here. You need to follow these divine energies that it's coming. Okay? I'm going to send divine energies to your inner work. You to process this unresolved process emotions within the family base, and that is going to go back into your authority to tell you to calm down. And then that energy is going to be showing you the road. And from there, you're going to be come back to me. Let me see if you're going to pass the test. Because this is the changes that you need to do. Cardinal changes. Talking about the cardinal changes, here is the midheaven with Mars opposing the moon, and the ascendant is at Libra. Okay, before we had this energy of Capricorn, Mars in Aries energies. Right now we are having this adding energy of a Libra. You find what it is, this balance. What is in this balance? Where do you have the disbalance from? Oh, you haven't learned to properly communicate. You haven't learned the proper way of the socializing. You haven't learned the proper way not to take things personally. Because it's not only about you. And now when you feeling it like that, where is that love? The only love that it's there, it's you have to grow within it. And that's going to be that beautiful trine from the ascendant towards Jupiter. Jupiter is going to see that the needs of growth. Okay? You cannot put a 1,000 tons on a 50 kilograms scale. That the scale has to grow up to the point to handle it. This 1 ton. Okay? It has to be able to handle it. All right. So this is one of the things is again that is going to come to that energy of don't push too much, because people can handle it so much. After that point, they can understand, they cannot handle it anymore, and then that is that situations that it's going to be coming in and apart. Okay, so there's so much pressure can be handled within the volcano of Mars. After that, it can just blow up. Once it blows up, it blows up. Then you're going to have to deal with the consequences. You want to create karma? Don't do it. All right. 10 o'clock, the midheaven is going to be at Leo, putting the pressure towards the moon and Pluto. A lot of this energy is going to be like, oh, you're not doing it my way. Oh, I can. That is it. It's kind of like intense energies. But divine is going to be calling you. The divine authorities within your soul, they're going to be calling you. Right? Just be mindful what kind of divine energies, because it in the soul energies, they could be a positive and a negative the same way. It all depends how you transmuting the energies. Because the ascendant is going to be also with what? The dark moon Lilith, that it squares the moon. You see, your own darkness is going to show up, its ugly head, it's going to come up, but that's what you need. So you can see what is that, what is the root coming from, what is this lack of balance that it's coming in. So you can be able to resolve it, tackle it down, evolve it, read it, change it, progress it. That's what those changes in the psyche are coming into Pisces, because we've been acting like this for generations. Right now we are in a different process of changes, and it's going to take us about a year, a little bit more. Okay, but it's going to be good after that change. We're going to take the ride of the new waves. Okay. But until then, we have to be what? Sitting out what we're going to take with us and what we're going to leave behind. What to surrender and what to keep. And what to trust and what is not. Finding the truth. And the truth is only finding within your soul. Learning to understanding your soul is going to be learning that the soul can help you in the psyche. And everything is going to begin there. How you processing and how you navigate it. Don't have the connections within your soul in there. You don't have to, don't listen in there. You're always messing it up. So now it's time for you to be awakened. And the mass awakening is coming, guys. Trust me, it does. You might not believe it. but you're gonna see it. All right. And here is 11 o'clock, midheaven at Leo is divine energies with Mercury and Saturn. That's when the Leo becomes wise. Always in my mistake, it was my situations, it was my things. Okay? The moon is learning her emotions. It's like, I should have not been too strong. I should have been not too rush. What's going to happen when you school a child that is not fully aware of what they're wrong? The child is not stopping loving you. It stopped loving itself. And this is one of the things that you have to prevent yourself today with that moon in Capricorn. Don't create things. So the people that you can actually create things that the people will stop loving themselves. This is going to be a huge lesson of this, but it's going to lead to a great cardinal changes. And I hope you're going to be able to do those cardinal changes, guys. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you guys. And I will see you tomorrow. Be loved.